Hey, what's up, guys? Courtney with Simply Vegas here. Today I've got a custom home to share with you that I think you'll really enjoy. Today we're going to be talking about one Costa del Sol, which is a single-story custom home being built on the south shore of Lake Las Vegas. If you don't know anything about Lake Las Vegas, Lake Las Vegas is a man-made lake. It's actually not even in Las Vegas. It's in Henderson. It's fed by Lake Mead. It actually was originally conceived in 1967 by a gentleman and then later reacquired in 1990 by a company and that was able to divert about 3 billion gallons of water from Lake Mead into Lake Las Vegas and then start developing that area. Lake Las Vegas is basically broke up into two different spaces. You've got the North Shore and the South Shore. The shore that this home is being built on is the South Shore, and it's also the most exclusive area of Lake Las Vegas. So you typically have a two-gate situation there. You have a gate to get into the South Shore, and then you also have an additional gate most of the time for each specific subdivision within that area. So this home is being built in Marseilles, which is a collection of custom homes, single and two-story. And you know, the best thing and the thing I love most about South Shore at Lake Las Vegas is that they do a very good job of insulating the look and the aesthetic of that area. It's very, very old world. You have tons of greenery, lots of tree-lined streets, lots of winding roads, lots of hills and dips and so forth. It looks nothing like Las Vegas, mind you. I've lived here 37 years and I can tell you there's not many places in Las Vegas that look like this, and that's for a reason, and it is by design. You're not going to find a ton of modern box contemporary homes on the South Shore. They like it to look a specific way. So it's really, you know, it's funny that the name of this community is Marseille because that's a piece of France, and that's exactly what it looks like. It either looks like a French countryside or an Italian countryside, but you'll see that in the footage. This home is actually not completed. We're going to do a series of videos on this particular home, and we're going to talk about from frame all the way to completion. So you'll see how that process works. You'll also see the development of that home. So I brought Michael along. Michael is actually the builder of this home. He's going to talk to you about the elements that you may not have seen before. There's some really cool things about this home that I think you're going to love. So let's take a look at one Costa del Sol. So the first thing I want to do, guys, is share with you the rendering from the architect of how the home is supposed to look upon completion. As you can see here, this is how the home looks from the front by the rotunda, and then again the trellis system that's on the right-hand side of the home where the pool and the outdoor kitchen is. It's a beautiful concept. Here you can see the actual floor plan and where the pool is going to be situated in regards to where the lot sits, if that makes any sense. It's a big lot. It's 1.35 acres, as I said before, and that's a lot of room to work with, but 6,000 square feet is a big house as well. So we're going to head inside. Michael's going to talk to us about the design elements, and we'll go from there. So the first thing that caught my eye when I walked into this house was two things: the rotunda and then that giant trellis on the right-hand side of the house. I'm going to let Michael talk to you about the front of the home and the rotunda and exactly what their vision was for when you walk into the home and that wow factor that we all like. So
okay, so there's a lot going on here. We've got this very slender European drive. It's a flag lot, so you're coming up the driveway here into this large motor court.
Yep.
We'll duck our head in the garage. The garage is 1,500 square feet. But if you're a guest, you're parking out in the motor court, which is all of this area to the wall, you know, all the way to the front door. You're coming up to the home. You're gonna have to do a little S curve here.
Sure.
This giant rotunda goes all the way up to the top, and we debated on doing a metal seamed roof, which there's one down the street near Celine Dion's house, or just going with the traditional tile, which you'd find in Italy a million years ago.
Right.
We went with the tile because we think it looks good. And then the stone will wrap all the way around here. stop at the glass. This entire opening is glass curtain wall with a big giant pivot door.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And then we're going to continue the stone like it cuts through glass all the way around and then wrap it inside the house. So this will actually look like a stone rotunda from ancient Rome. And then cut through with this modern glass here at the front.
You know, when we were talking, you know, when I first got here about kind of the style and the aesthetic of Lake Las Vegas and about the modern box and how popular those are these days. But it's different out here. The people like a different design element out here. Can you talk a little bit about that, what they're looking for?
Yeah, so, you know, it's kind of like Las Vegas discovered modern architecture that's been around for, I don't know, 80 years or so.
Right.
And it got really popular here, and it is popular in other markets as well. But this is kind of a stayed group at Lake Las Vegas. There's only 70 lots left, so they're not going to be changing the design review guidelines at this point anyway. And most of them like it. Doesn't mean it has to be a cartoon Italianate house.
Right.
We're trying to be authentic is what we're trying to go with. We go after, I don't care what the genre is, as long as it's authentic architecture. We just finished a little villa I call Spanish Ranch House, and it's about a $2 million villa, and it is authentic. It looks like a Spanish ranch house that's been, you know, sitting there for 100 years. So authenticity is what we're after. If you lived in Rome and you're a financial manager or a doctor, your house would probably be 500 years old or 100 years old. And that's what we're trying to look like on the outside. But when you come in, if you were an Italian financier or doctor, you'd have brand new floors, brand new, probably poke and pull cabinets. And that's what we're doing on the inside. So it'll be very, very up to date and modern on the inside, and then old world on the outside. And I'm going to use a word I hate. It is transitional, but it really is. You transition from an old world outside into modern on the inside.
Yeah, there's some really cool things about this house that really caught me, other than just the fact that it's just so beautiful, but design element wise, I'd love to talk about the primary suite and the design concepts there and why it's so private and just a little bit different, I think, than any of the other homes I've seen lately. So let's go check that out.
Let me make one other point if I could. So I love modern architecture. I love mid-century. I've studied it, traveled, looked at it, but the bottom line is the thing about this traditional architecture is it'll look good 50 years from now. The modern is going to tend to be dated as we go forward with it. So,
I'm glad you said that. And I was actually, that was a point that I really wanted to make too. The fact that this is so timeless. It's kind of almost like, you know, Aerosmith doesn't go out of style. Jimi Hendrix doesn't go out of style.
It's classic.
But, you know.
It's based on Roman architecture from 2,000 years ago. So if you go, I just did a tour in Port Royal in Naples, which is the most expensive neighborhood in North America. Gorgeous homes, every genre. I'd say with 100 homes, 2 of them are modern, but they're very, very good modern. And there's a difference between really good modern architecture and, you know, kind of not.
Yeah, well, around here, if we slap a flat roof on it and you know, and square off those corners on the drywall, all of a sudden now it's modern, and that's not exactly true.
We did sneak a flat roof onto this house, I will tell you.
Did you?
You did a drone flight, so you'll be able to see it. And one of the reasons we did the flat roof is we wanted to be able to put solar on it. So the Romans weren't into solar, but we are. So this house is completely wired up. It's about a $56,000 solar package.
Beautiful, beautiful. Sounds like a plan. All right, let's go check out that primary.
Okay, so this is probably the most unique part of this house. This is a master suite, and it's a wing. And quite frankly, you could live in here, and I'll show you why. So you come into this kind of demarcation point. High ceilings. You can see we've got a little bit of a detail on the ceiling. We'll have recessed lighting in there. It kind of glows as you walk in after dark. I don't need to speak about the view too much. It kind of speaks for itself.
That it does. Yeah, when I got here yesterday, that's kind of one of the things that jumped out at me was this little corner. We're seeing that a little bit, you know, more and more, but that giant one you've got in the great room is just insane, for sure.
So I'm doing the realtor thing, the builder thing. This is the bedroom, this is the bathroom, but it doesn't end there. So you got a 2-sided fireplace, big open suite that opens up. The pool package actually wraps around here, so the spa's right outside this door. And then, of course, like every custom home, it's got a huge bathroom, double vanity, steam shower, tub, compartmentalized toilet with bidet. You don't need a bidet now, by the way. They make a product with both plumbing systems inside one fixture.
Nice.
Big walk-in closet. but you never have to leave. So you wake up in the morning, come down this wide hallway, got your Zen garden here for your morning coffee or tea, get your head on straight, which we all need in today's world.
For sure.
Come down to this area, this is all health and wellness. So you got your Peloton here, any kind of weights that you need, big picture window staring out at the lake and the golf course. We're putting a lot of juice bars in, putting a lot of things that have to do with health and wellness. Full closet in here. That's probably where you put a lot of your exercise equipment in this particular house.
So wait a minute, let me just stop you there. So you're telling me in this primary suite, you've got your standard primary bathroom that goes with the bedroom, and then you have an additional bathroom with your flex space.
Yeah, so this is a complete full bath in here. So walk-in shower, which you need after you work out, right?
For sure.
And compartmentalized toilet, and then double sinks over here. Now, if you did have, my kids are little, but let's say my 25-year-old daughter and children came to visit, this is a full suite, and you would have them probably in your master suite, especially if there's like a baby or something involved.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't have your business partner come stay in your suite over here.
Right.
But this is a full bedroom.
Yeah.
If it's a young couple, you got a nursery.
Right.
Not a tremendous amount of young couples and babies at Lake Las Vegas, but it is possible. Every time I drive in, it gets younger and younger and younger.
Right.
So this is full bath, everything you need in a full primary master suite, really. But we've kind of cordoned it off for health and wellness. It's called Flex. So if you're into art, you're a writer, whatever, you can use it for whatever you want.
Gotcha.
It's actually wired for a full sound studio as well. So I keep wanting to build a studio. I just want to build a studio. I want to build a studio and I want to build a church before I retire.
You gotta get the Iowa song on tape, right?
It's a lot of expense to do for one song. But,
Right.
I think we sold, 5 copies?
Available on iTunes.
Now we're not done yet. So most of these people own businesses or run businesses. So we have a full den. Still, the door that we came into is right over here. So we're still in the master wing, or main wing, I should say. So this is your den, a little closet over here, shower, and then commode. So
I have to stop you again, right? Because you just told me you have yet a third bathroom in your primary suite. So you've got the flex space with its own shower and so forth, and you've got the primary bedroom with its own full shower, and then you have this den/office space with yet another shower.
Right, 6 bathrooms in this house.
Wow.
And that's a major, major selling point, but they all have a purpose.
Right.
So, and I don't know, if we do have another recession, which I don't think we will, and you do have more people moving in, members of the family, every bedroom has a bath. And that's kind of cardinal rule in custom home building.
Right.
You don't do Jack and Jill baths. You don't do bedrooms without baths in custom home building. It's just something you don't do.
Gotcha. Everything en suite.
Everything en suite. I love it. Very European. I love it.
Love it. So we're in the great room right now, this amazing home, and I wanted to kind of turn this over to Michael so he can explain to you some of the unique design elements in this home. And I think that's what makes this home so special, are the things that you won't see in other homes.
Yeah, so I love talking about this part of the home, Courtney, because once it's drywalled, we're not going to be able to point this out. But
sure,
probably brain damage area. This part of the house took the most thought.
Yeah.
One thing that's going to be covered is I got a lot of clients that we do high-end remodels on, and they're like, can you cantilever our sliders? And I want to point out what it takes in here to cantilever a slider. The steel, in order to get this opening, runs all the way back in this house.
Okay.
And it allowed us to get this, I call it a scallop. It's almost like a shell shape on the ceiling. And it gives us this curvilinear arc off the back. And everything opens up. Full pocket sliders here. Well, they won't pocket here, but you say we'll pocket there. And then they pocket all the way back in here. This is fixed. That's pocketed all the way back to the door that takes you out to the outdoor kitchen. And then we continue this curvilinear look, which is modern, contemporary, all the way out to this flying trellis. So this trellis floats. I don't even know what the weight is on this, but it floats with no stanchion in the way of your view here. So the column's pushed all the way back inside the house. We got one column here that lines up on the column in the picture window, and the other one is hidden inside the wall at the outdoor kitchen. So you come out here, no obstruction in your view, and then this matches the curvilinear shape on the back of the house.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of the selling point.
Yeah, you know, when I was walking up to the house, the first two things that caught my eye was this corner, of course, because it's so prominent, and then the rotunda, you know, would be the second thing. But this is actually the biggest, the biggest feature, I think. Would you say this is kind of where your focal point was?
Yeah, I mean, still when I come out here, this is what I get excited about. I don't even want to get into the cost of it, but it was in order to make this happen. It's not as much as a Lamborghini, but more than a Ferrari.
Okay, all right, fair enough, fair enough.
All right, so last element, and it's a big one. Kitchen, probably the most important part of the home, but it's not just a kitchen, it's a kitchen area, and I'll tell you why. So we come down this hallway.
Okay.
When the recession lifted, we started doing a lot of remodels, and everybody wanted high-tech stuff, but there was no place to put the components. So, data room, nothing but data. Got the air conditioning diffuser dropped in,
Okay.
main power's in here. Anything that has to do with this house, brain trust, brainchild-wise, is in this room.
Okay, so that's where you put your smart elements, your hot Wi-Fi, all that stuff.
I like to put the home batteries inside, not outside.
Okay.
And why you put a battery out in 120-degree heat.
Right.
So we try to put the batteries on the inside.
Believe me when I tell you, it's 122, that's for sure.
Pantry,
Okay.
storage again, the Costco,
Closet.
the hoarding of America we all saw in the pandemic.
Yep, yep.
So you got plenty of food storage in there.
And then you have the garage too, in case you really want to get crazy, right?
Yep, and laundry. And laundry, and then one little closet in the owner's suite too.
Wonderful.
Which I guess they lock their favorite candy bars up in, I don't know. So all this is kitchen from this corner all the way over, high cabinets to that corner, all the way down to the end. And then we got a little niche here. We have been putting the outdoor bar stuff right inside the kitchen because it's kind of tough to run an ice maker in the summer out here.
Right.
A refrigerator. So the door to the outside pockets. So if the weather's good, you just pocket it out.
Sure.
If not, you just come right around the corner. You get all your ice and stuff that you need and just take it right outside.
So this goes out to your outdoor kitchen.
Yeah, and it's like a restaurant kitchen. I'm going to actually give you a plan of the outdoor landscape.
Okay.
And this rivals something like a double helix at Town Square. I mean, it's a full restaurant outdoor kitchen.
Gotcha.
This would be the island, cabinets on both sides, and you know, this is what we call the social bar of the island. Where the ceiling drops is where the dining area goes. If you want indoor, you know, formal dining area, which a lot of people do not.
So we're staying in the kitchen right by where the island is, and I just want to show you guys. I'm going to rotate this. Look at that. Look at all that light. That's your view. Of course, imagine that fence isn't there, but you'd have water. You'd have basically an Italian mountainside, right?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's funny, when I worked out here, I worked for Transcontinental, the company that developed this, and the management team all went to Italy, and they brought back pictures. And then they put them down in our little like kitchen area in the main sales center.
Yeah.
And they put Lake Las Vegas and some shots of Italy.
Really?
And the game was tell us which one's which.
Which one's which,
It was almost indistinguishable.
You really can't tell, honestly,
Yeah.
especially even when you're driving through here. It's very hilly and just really authentic, which is why, you know, as we were talking about the design elements and how they want to preserve that look, it's so important to kind of guard that because it's definitely something special. There's nothing like this in Las Vegas or Henderson. This is its own thing.
Yeah, I've been out here since 95, 96. And as it grew in, you know, we take people through. We've had many celebrities, Jim Gray, Mike Tyson, Celine Dion. I sold her lot originally. And the first question is, and you don't want to make fun of your clients, but they say, is this natural? And there's nothing really natural about this. It's all planted, all irrigated, and now it's all flourishing. It's all growing in. It's like an oasis.
Yeah, we've basically taken the desert and turned it into Florence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, got the little, if you take a look at the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, you got to squint, but if you put it next to the real Ponte Vecchio Bridge, it's a model of it.
Beautiful.
Hey, we've got the Eiffel Tower, we've got Bellagio, might as well have a Ponte Vecchio Bridge.
You're not wrong.
Now, people worry about dining area. You see, we got 4 loads of drywall here, so there's plenty of room in this area for a dining room table.
Did you guys have any issues getting materials? I mean, with supply chain issues because of the pandemic, how tough was that?
I'm glad you asked that question, and you could have asked it at a more perfect time. So This lumber load, I joke with our investors on this. They have equity in the lumber here. So this was the last load of lumber that we got before the big fires in California. And I think it's Rosenberg. It's marked on the walls here in Oregon. And it either burnt or almost burnt. And you can actually see a difference in color of the lumber because we didn't get the full package. We couldn't get lumber.
Gotcha.
And our framer scrounged around and we got enough lumber to finish this home. But yeah, it was touch and go there for a little while. It was about, you know, the lumber thing started about this time last year. It's been going on for a year.
Yeah.
The media, as usual, is just picking it up like right now.
Right.
Clients are calling and they're like, what's going on with the lumber? I'm like, well, the same thing that's been going on for a year.
And that's when you started this home, was actually a year ago this month.
It was about a year ago.
Nice.
Yeah. Anytime you're developing high-end specs, you know, there are issues. It has nothing to do with the house itself, but, you know, financial, material, the pandemic slowed us down a little bit. Mood swings.
Right.
Yep. I could say more, but I don't want to be on video saying things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. This is, I mean, you know, you're borrowing, you know, $4 or $5 million on an investment, and it's generally all private equity.
Yep.
And there are personalities and there are issues, and it's to me, it's like maybe not quite LA because you're borrowing 20, 25, but in our own little world here, you know, going to a private equity person borrowing $5, $10 million, it's a different world.
For sure.
And there will be a book, and the names will be changed, but there will be a book. So I've done about 50 of these, and every one of them is like a Breaking Bad series. It's crazy. So
nice. Well, let's take a look outside and finish this up. I want you to show us the exterior a bit, and then we'll call it good.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about this area, Courtney, but I'm going to send you a landscape plan.
Okay.
So you know you can look at it in plan view, which is easier. But
gotcha.
Pool kind of emulates the arc, and it's you know, negative edge, zero edge, so it kind of hangs off the back of the side of the lot. All of this is backyard area, and probably another 50% on the other side of this fence.
Okay.
All the way up the hill, all that's backyard. A lot of wildlife out here too, which is really cool.
There is. I saw a fox yesterday.
We were talking in the kitchen about the financing of this stuff and the world that we live in. We have gone back and forth with our investors on the top of this kitchen. This kitchen's like a restaurant, outdoor area. We won because we went ahead and put structural live load bearing trusses up there. So that is going to be an upstairs outdoor area where you can sit and look out over the entire kind of feudal village here.
Oh, so that's an actual deck up there as well. Gotcha.
Yep.
Nice. Will it be covered as well, or is it all exposed?
We're not going to cover it, but a lot of times we're torn between, you know, finishing out the house to the nth degree, or we are contractors, so they like to come in and personalize as well. So we're not going to cover it, but if they want to cover it, we'll certainly build a cover for them.
Well, yeah, when you're spending $5 million, you're definitely going to have an opinion on how you want things to be.
I've actually ripped entire brand new houses apart.
Yeah.
But that's not my business, that's theirs. So
absolutely.
When we say the customer's always right, we mean it.
If you can dream it, right?
This whole corner was a change. Full outdoor bath with compartmentalized toilet, compartmentalized shower. It's like a resort area. Indoor shower, outdoor shower.
Okay.
And all your towels and everything will be out here. So you'd have to, you know, forget a towel, you just run to the pool house, the pool bath area, and everything will be in there.
Gotcha.
But I think the best way to kind of look at this is, I'll just send you a copy of the plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, function-wise, when you look at the actual plans, that's really when you get an idea and the understanding of how convenient the house is kind of designed. It's designed around making everything very easy to get to and comfortable.
Very open plan.
Yep.
6,100 square feet, one level.
Yeah.
This is perfect right here though, because people get lost in plan view and then they get lost in the house. If you can take the plans and now the structure's up, this is probably the best time to go. And we haven't picked flooring yet. We haven't picked tops yet.
Okay.
So if somebody wants to come in and choose the flooring and choose the countertops,
there's still time.
Still time.
Okay.
So.
All right, fair enough. Well, hey, Michael, thank you so much. We appreciate you giving your time to share this home with us. Reach out to me, guys, if you're interested in more specific information. And thank you for watching, as always, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I definitely want to know what your comments are on this home. Do you like the home? Could you see yourself living there? What would you do differently? Or do you think it's perfect? Is it someplace you could call yourself, or you could call home for yourself and your family? Definitely let us know. Leave some comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I will absolutely be bringing you more videos. We're going to drag this thing all the way to completion. You're going to be able to see the finished product, which I think is kind of cool, right? So if you have any questions, reach out to me on anything Las Vegas real estate related, Henderson, and all the surrounding areas. I'd be more than happy to help, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.